started and said you welcome to Victory Call Lounge. We are happy to have you. We've been expecting you, and we're glad to have you among us. Welcome, brother.
Well, thank you very much for the invitation. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right, so we're gonna start the AMA by taking some questions from us, and probably at the end of the question, if anyone has extra question, he can ask us. So the first question I want to ask you is, first of all, how can you tell us a little about your crypto background or your journey into the crypto space, and how you came about the creation of the Evolve project?
All right. Well, look, my background's 25 years in finance and banking. Our board, which consists of 6 other people, can currently have over 300 years of experience in banking and finance. And what we set out to do in 2019 when we started developing this platform was to create a bridge between traditional finance and the DeFi space. Okay, so trying to bring the good things about traditional banking into the decentralized finance spectrum. So when we started trying to develop the Evolve token, what we were looking at doing was trying to design something that would revolutionize the decentralized finance space by enabling a multi-facet use token. So for those that don't know, when I say multi-facet, I mean that within Evolve ecosystem, you can use your token for tokenization, you can participate in private lending pools, and you can also trade opportunities in bonds, currencies, bank guarantees, etc. So that there basically bridges the gap between traditional finance markets, bringing all that up onto the blockchain, and we can then provide users with a safe, scalable, and profitable investment option. The beauty of what the Evolve token actually provides is that it gives the user with very little investment and the user with a lot of investment the same playing field. So rather than, for many years there's been, people with a lot of money have bigger opportunities than the little people. We've taken all that away, brought it over and put it into one ecosystem so that everybody can enjoy the diversification of what Evolve ecosystem can provide. In essence, to all of that, 5 years in development to be able to get it to the market. We've obviously had a look at a lot of DeFi projects that are out there and made sure that what we're actually bringing to the market is unique. There's no one that offers a multifaceted token, utility token. And at the end of the day, we feel that what we've got to put on the market now for people is obviously unique in its own way. However, what it does do is it allows people to create passive income through our lending pools and trading, and also our tokenization. It allows fractional purchasing. So it doesn't matter the value of the asset. You can participate based around whatever your investment limitations are.
That was a good explanation. Yeah, thanks so much for that. So, may I know how many members make up your team? How many are in total?
Can you repeat that again, please? You can hardly hear you.
Okay, I said, may I know how many members make up your team?
No, still can't hear you. Sorry.
Okay, I said, may I know how many members make up your team? Can you hear me?
No, I can hardly hear you.
Yeah, I said, how many members make up the team? Hello?
Yeah.
I say, how many members make up your team? The Evolve team. How many members make up the team?
The members are, I think you're asking me how many members are on the board. So on the executive board, there's 6 members, and I'm obviously the founder and CEO. And those other 5 members basically handle the tokenization, the lending pools, and the trading side of the platform. So within the board, there's ex traders from different banks, tokenization experts that have worked for different fractional purchasing organisations, and obviously traders that and commodity traders, obviously financial managers that have worked in lending and wealth creation within a variety of different banks. So that's basically what makes up the board, is 6 people.
All right, that was a very good explanation. I hope you can hear me.
All right.
You can hear me.
It's your audio is really, really bad.
Okay. Am I audible now?
Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
Am I audible? Yeah. So now the next question I want to take. Sorry, I was using a main so it was affecting my connection. You understand? But I hope it's audible. Hello. Hello, brother.
Yeah, I'm here.
So I said, sorry, I was using an AirPod. That was why the connection was bad.
Yeah, that's much better.
Yeah. So I said, okay, thanks for the explanation. So my next question is, can you just briefly tell us what is the Evolve token all about, and what is the goals and missions of the token?
All right. Well, basically, the Evolve token is as I said before, it's a multifaceted utility token that its main function is to allow people to use it as a medium of exchange to participate in tokenization, lending pools, and trading. Okay, so basically, what Evolve does is it gives access to a decentralized financial opportunity without people having to rely on what we're used to within the private lending or banking industry. Okay, so it creates its own ecosystem. Through the private lending pools, for example, and fractional ownership of assets, we can provide an asset, bring it up onto the platform for fractional purposes, and people that are token users and holders can buy a portion of that particular property. So, for example, if the property is worth $5 million and you've got $100 worth of Evolve tokens, you can buy $100 worth of that particular property. But you're not only just buying it. Once the property then starts to earn an income by way of rental, you will get a portion of that rental because you are invested in that project. Okay, so there's one form of passive income. If you involve yourself in a trading pool by the same methodology, so if there's a loan that we have, to advance to people, you can fractionally participate in that, which would then give you the interest on a monthly basis back for whatever percent you're invested in. So once again, if you invest in $100 and the loan's $10 million, if the money comes back, once the money comes back every month, you get a portion of that money. If that's not what you want to do, you can also go into our trading platform and trade your money on FX currencies, commodities, bonds, futures, whatever you decide to do. So because our token is on the TRC20 and also on the SOL network, our transactions will move very, very fast. The fees are very low. And because we use smart contracts, everything's documented on the blockchain. So everyone can see what's actually going on and how you can utilize that. So if I summarize that in this way, that the token can be used for tokenization. So you convert real world assets into digital tokens for easy trading. So as I said before, portion of real estate that you can buy with the Evolve token. If you participate in the private lending pools, you earn the income back based on whatever your investment may be. And you've also got the opportunity to trade. So rather than having to convert fiat to an FX broker to go and trade, you can do all this within one spot. And that will be the Evolve ecosystem, which will launch these particular 3 products available for diversification of investment in one particular spot. As long as you're a holder of Evolve token, or you can buy some on the platform, you can come in and you can start to participate. So that's what the Evolve token's all about.
Yeah, that was a very a good explanation. Yeah, hope you can hear me better.
Yeah, I can hear you perfect now.
Yeah, so thanks for that explanation. And we see that, the token has a lot to offer. In fact, it's a very big project. Going through your website, seeing everything, reading everything, really impressed me on what you guys, what you guys are doing, what you're planning. So my next question is, as was stated in your website, it said that one can buy the token with, a bank card. So how is one able to do that,
Well,
looking at how difficult it may be today, and hope the Evolve token also is working in harmony with lots of other countries, where such token can be bought with the bank card. I don't know if you really understand what I'm saying.
All right. Well, look, what we've done today is we've actually been holding talks with Stripe, and Stripe want to support our platform because obviously it is a financial platform. So what we've done is we've actually developed a link that we can provide your users, and the way that we've kept that safe is this. Being a link, none of the information, when you click on the link to buy Evolve token, none of the information comes to us, it goes to Stripe. Okay, so we don't hold any of your information. Number 2 is we've made the link $100. So if people want to get involved with the token initially, the maximum that can be charged is $100. Okay, so we've made it for people that just want to get in, buy a few tokens, and just hold them until we launch on the 20th of February. Okay, so what I can do is I can post that link in the comments section here, and if anyone wants to use it, it's very simple. You just press the link, and the link will take you directly to Stripe, and you can purchase $100 worth of Evolve tokens, and away you go. Okay, so we've made it very, very simple. In the future, what we are going to have to enable people to use Visa and credit card safely is we're going to utilize more of these links. Okay, so the link system provides a very big focus on non-fraudulent activity on your credit card, because the link is already predetermined and it has a predetermined value. So by clicking the link, it's basically giving the opportunity for you to buy the token at a predetermined price. Okay, so that avoids a lot of potential fraud or anything like that. And the mere fact that the link is held on the Stripe platform, that means that in reality terms, none of the information is on our platform, which makes it extremely safe. Okay, so that's in reality, that's what we're trying to bring to the market, and that is that if anything is done within our platform, it's done with a high element of protection for our user.
Wow. Hope you can hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. That was really interesting, seeing a crypto project, offering, allowing users to buy with their bank card is something that, few projects are able to do, and many cannot do it. But seeing that you are doing this, it really impressed me, and I know it's definitely going to impress the audience. So can you, looking at your website, there are some key features. Break down those key features for our understanding, which include versatility, growth potential, security, transparency.
You keep breaking up, mate. Just you're not having a good run with your audio, are you? I assume what you said is that you wanted me to give you a bit of a breakdown
Hello?
as to, a bit of a breakdown
Hope you
as
heard my
to,
question.
yeah, sort of, but I mean, I'll be able to answer it. That's fine. All right. So basically, the opportunities that the Evolve platform provides for financial growth is that we've kept the development of the token to a point where we made sure that in an overall sense, passive income was important. Okay, so a return on investment, it was important for our users. Okay, so we've given you three elements of how you can earn passive income: tokenization, lending pools, and trading. Okay, so that's one thing ticked off. We can ensure that the platform has high liquidity, and that is through tokenizing assets. Can be done quickly, seamlessly, which creates liquidity within the system. We've provided the diversified investment, so that means that you can, trade three different things with the one token, which again is important. The other thing is that we've got the transparency is going to be created through not only the blockchain transactions and obviously smart contracts, but every month we're going to have monthly meetings where people can come onto the platform. We have AMAs or video AMAs, and basically we will disclose what our next month's procedures and goals will be, and basically people will have an opportunity to either bring up ideas, discuss them, tell us they don't like them, tell us they love them, whatever the case may be, so that we can make sure that what we're actually doing for the community is in line with what they're expecting. Okay, now in the crypto space that doesn't happen. Okay, there might be updates and whatever else, but there is really nothing that brings the community in to the actual decision-making process. Okay, so we're very much about making sure that our community has a say. Okay, the other thing is that our use of the Tron network and the Sol network will also host transactional information. So for us, it's called Evolve Explore. So on our platform, you can get on Evolve Explore, and it basically shows you everything, every transaction backwards and forwards, and you'll be able to sort of keep track of what's going on and have a look at what's going on that particular platform. The biggest thing I think for everybody these days, and I mean, I've been involved in the crypto space now since 2015, and everyone that I've spoken to over the past 5 years, talks about the same thing, and that is the rug pulls and projects that fail and all that sort of stuff. If I can say to you that this project so far to development has cost in excess of $30 million, and that's been funded by myself and the board, and we never came to the market until we had a product in place. So we didn't come to the market seeking money to finish the platform. We've come to the market seeking money to buy asset for the business. Okay, so our $2 million raise that we're looking at getting now is to purchase the first 4 properties, which will be owned by the business and its users, to be able to put them on the market for tokenisation. The other thing is that because we've funded 100% of the project development, the initial raise and the institutional funds that we've managed to pull on board so far is all liquidity. So we don't need liquidity providers. We don't need to to market make our token. We don't need to do any of that. We need to just go live. And once we're live, the price of the token is the price of the token. And I'll tell you why we can do that. Our users are not having to worry about the price of the token because they're earning a passive income from within the ecosystem. Okay, so for them, if the price of the token goes up, it's great. However, because they're already invested, they're still earning money. Okay, and they're still earning money on a monthly basis. So rather than our users sitting and looking at a chart all day, what they actually focus more on is how they diversify their investment within the platform. Okay, which is a totally different model than what we're used to. When we launched, or at the moment, there's this really big craze for for mem coins, and the mem coins that don't have a utility, that don't have a product, that just built on smack, really, because that's all they are. And people are making money, and a lot more people are losing money because there is no diversification in that investment. You're basically throwing money into the ether and hope to God that you make it. Whereas with us, the investments are real investments. So that's why we talk a lot about real world asset, whether it be property or development or a plane or a car or fine art or whatever you want to call it, as a real world asset. It has a value. Okay, so it's important for people to understand that, when you're coming into Evolve and the ecosystem, you're in control of your investment. There are no minimums. Okay, so we don't force people to come in and say, oh, if you want to buy into a property, you need $1,000. There's none of that. Okay, so you come into Evolve with your investment amount, and from there, you make the decisions as to where you're going to put it. Are you going to trade? Are you going to do a little bit of lending? Or are you going to do a little bit of tokenization? Or are you going to do all 3? Or are you going to do 2 or 1? Whichever one you decide to do that's entirely up to yourself. Okay? At the end of the month, when the returns come in, be it by the rent, be it by the repayment on the loan, or you're trading, it all goes back to your wallet, and that's the end of it. And we've already displayed that in our pre-sale, which is active now. If you go in and buy your tokens, they go to your wallet. They don't stay with us. Okay, we don't want your money. You buy the tokens, yes, you pay for the tokens. The tokens then go to a nominated wallet that you set up, whether that be Trust Wallet or Phantom or whatever wallet, TronLink, whatever wallet you decide. That's where your tokens go. Okay, so we're very, very different because we've come from institution where, as wealth creation managers, that's how we've had to work. The DeFi space doesn't really work like that. So what we're bringing to the market is revolutionary. Okay, to be able to give people the power and the control to diversify their investments with a multifaceted use token, not been done before.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you still want to explain something else, or because you just cut off? Or are you done?
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. In fact, so to speak, the utilities are much. What the project had to offer is much, and thanks Seth for helping us to break it down for our understanding. We can now understand, those key features aspects of the project very well. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. So our next question now is, since you're currently on Tron Network, is there any future plans maybe to bridge your chain, move to other chain, or are you focused mainly on Tron Network?
We've already added Sol, so Sol Network is already on our platform. We have lots of plans to expand a lot more of that into other blockchains, because realistically, it's important that everybody gets access to the blockchain that they're particularly comfortable to use. So some people, are ERC20 Ethereum users, and other people, don't go anywhere near it. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Ethereum. So, I mean, to me, I don't see the platform ever lending itself to an ERC20 network, because I think they're way too slow and they're too expensive. However, there are some other really good blockchains out there that our project would suit, and I mean, we are going to to provide other blockchains for people to use. So initially when we launched on the TRC20 or the Tron network, and that basically accommodated a lot of uses for us. We've then had a lot of people say to us, we want you on the Sol network. Please come on the Sol network. So we've added the Sol network, and at this point in time, like I said, there will be other markets that you'll be able to use as far as that goes. But initially, like I said, the Tron network and the Sol network will be what we will kick off with, and then we will add them as we sort of go along. Does that answer the question?
Perfect. Thanks for that explanation, and I'm glad that you've added Sol network, and we know this will lead to more positive results for the project. So also, can you tell us more about the ecosystem of the project, of the Evolve project, the tokenization of projects, private lending pool, trading platform? Can you explain that to us, sir?
Yep, for sure. So, as I said to you before, when we started developing the platform, we didn't want to come into the market and be the same as everybody else. Okay, we didn't want that. Coming from a traditional banking system that, when you walk into a bank, they offer you, a wide variety of products, we then started, sort of putting together the development centered around what we thought would be revolutionary to this particular space. So, in essence, tokenization is how we in the financial space know that it's how it's going to go in the future. Okay, tokenization will become even bigger than what it is now in 5 or 10 years' time. So what tokenization gave us was the ability to bring in real world assets, as I mentioned before. B, it gave us the opportunity to ensure that our users could earn a strong, fully secured passive income. And 3, what it does is it allows for diversification. So within tokenization, you can do, like I said, real estate, planes, fine art, motor vehicles, NFTs. You can keep adding to that as the platform evolves itself. So that's why we went down that path. And secondly, being ex-bankers, I mean, we know that banks make their money from lending money. Okay, so you buy money at 2 basis points, you sell it at 7, you pick up 5% on the way through. I don't think I've ever seen a bank that's gone broke from lending money, apart from mortgage lenders. But at the end of the day, it creates a lot of liquidity. We can pick up wholesale market for money, bring it into our platform, lend it out to consumers, make sure that it's 100% secured and collateralized to avoid any loss or risk of loss. And then again, gives us a strong passive income for our users, and provides very good liquidity. Okay, now I want to say that our lending pools are only for corporate lenders and business products. They're not, for people to buy cars with, or to borrow money for holidays or anything like that. They're purely 100% secured by real estate or an asset of value. Okay, so that we can take the necessary security over that asset in the event that there's a default. We can cash convert that asset, bring the money back into the system to make sure that our users don't lose any money. So that's important for people to understand. But with the trading section of the platform, I mean, everyone's probably had a look at trading in some time in their crypto career. And for some people, it's very daunting and overwhelming, very hard. They don't know how to get involved. They don't understand. They don't want to understand. They just want to trade, but they want to make money. They don't want to do the hard work. So what can happen is that by bringing traders that we are in our business, we can then basically upload the trading MT4 platform within our own platform, and then basically put it out to the market for people to use. So people would come into our platform, they would go to the trading tab, they'd click on that, come down, and then they would have their choice. Do you want to trade FX? Do you want to trade crypto? Do you want to trade bonds? Do you want to trade commodities? Do you want to trade futures? Take your pick, which one you want. Once you've clicked your decision and said, okay, well, I'm going to trade futures, for example, you would then input the amount of money. So I want to trade futures and I want to trade, $500 or $100 or whatever you want to trade. You click, hit, go, and then our trading platform will trade all those assets for you for the period of time that you decide. So not only do you put the amount of money that you want to trade, but you might say, I want to trade $500 for 48 hours. They'll be traded for 48 hours. At the end of 48 hours, that would stop, and then your money comes back into your wallet with your profit, and then you can start again the next day. The best way that I've put this is that, you wake up in the morning, you grab your cup of coffee, you flip open your phone or your laptop, make your investment decisions for the day, and go to work, or go and play golf, or do whatever you have to do. That's how we want people to attack this platform. Okay, we want to make it that simple. So it's not going to be that you need to know how to trade. It's not going to be that you need to know all about tokenization. And it's not going to be the need for you to know everything about a lending pool. The information that we supply will give you enough information for you to make a decision, and then you can get involved. It's as simple as that.
Oh, that's amazing. That's really, 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 really amazing. Thank you for that explanation. In fact, you really, really, really are giving us detailed explanation of Evolve Token. And your presentation is perfectly excellent, excellent. So, finally, the last question I'd like to ask you is, can you break down the tokenomics for us? That's the Evolve tokenomics. Can you break it down for us?
Sure. I can do that for you. That's that was our biggest nightmare at one point in time, was the old tokenomics, because coming from a lending side of the world, if I call it that, basically what happened was, when we were starting to sort of work out what the tokenomics were, it was something very, very difficult for us to sort of put into perspective, because it's the crypto space and the way that tokenomics are actually sold to people, it doesn't really make a lot of sense in a roundabout sort of way. And because we sort of we're all about disclosure and making sure that whatever we do put out into the marketplace, we want to make sure that it's real, and it's accurate, because realistically, again, we all know that there's a lot of information out there that are put out by projects that that don't really sort of that isn't true. I'm going to just come out and say it. And then basically people take that information on board. And, you know, at the end of it, it's actually quite, it's quite misleading. So when we looked at tokenization, and how Evolve basically, you know, revolutionizes asset ownership and diversification of investment, we wanted to make sure that whatever our tokenomics was that we were putting into the market was going to be accurate for not just the launch of the platform, but, you know, for the entirety of at least the first year, right? So it's very difficult when you've got a platform in development and you're trying to, you know, sort of make these decisions without really having any like test case. But anyway, so what we decided was we thought 500 billion tokens would be sufficient because of you're tokenizing assets worth a lot of money. We wanted to make sure that everybody would be able to get involved, and that's why we sort of come to a fixed token amount of that. So we've allocated it this way. The public sale will be 50% of its of the supply, and that'll be made available through you know, the current pre-sale that's on now, and obviously the launch that's going to happen in at least 2 of the major exchanges by the 20th of February. There's 15% which are allocated to the team and advisors. And one thing I want to make very, very clear is any tokens allocated in this particular section, such as team and advisors, are locked for 2 years. Okay, so I can't sell my tokens. No other member of the board can sell their tokens, and neither can the team sell their tokens for a minimum of 2 years. Okay, so after 2 years, yep, we can sell our tokens if we choose to, but there's none of this go live on the market and the first person that sells their token is the team. That's not happening here. Okay, so I want to make that very, very clear to you that 2 years before anyone in my team can sell any tokens, which includes myself, okay, as the founder. We have a reserve fund of 10%, and these tokens will be held in reserve to provide liquidity and support for, you know, any particular opportunity or challenge that we face along the way. Because I'd be sitting here lying to you if I said, oh, we're not going to have any challenges. We don't know. However, if we do, we have allocated a certain reserve for us to, you know, to be able to deal with that at that time. Marketing and partnerships, 15%. So what we found at the moment is the marketing side of things within the crypto space is proving to be quite challenging. And I'm not going to elaborate on that because I don't want this particular community to, you know, to sort of think that I'm talking about them, because I'm not. But within the marketing aspects, you try to, you know, put out there about as much of your platform as you can. I've been doing 4 AMAs every day, you know, to put the information out there. I live in Australia, so my time zone at the moment here is nearly 8 p.m. I'm finishing these AMAs at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and then getting up at 7 o'clock and going to meet institutional investors, which, you know, is obviously a lot of work. So the marketing side of it we're going to actually stop doing any marketing internally through, you know, Telegram and Twitter and all that sort of stuff. And we're going to look to put our money to outside marketing where we can get some return on our investment. And when I talk about return on investment, I'm talking about return on investment for the ecosystem, okay? Because this is all ecosystem money. This is not my money now. I'm using the ecosystem money. So 15% will be applied to that. Community incentives. So we're going to have these monthly meetings. If you turn up, you'll get paid for turning up. If you vote, you'll get paid for voting. If you bring us an idea, you'll get paid for the idea. So we're all about incentive. Okay, we want to reward our users. And then finally, we're going to allocate 10% of the supply towards staking and rewards. So when I say staking and rewards, it's basically we're going to be running different competitions for maybe, drawing a winner out of a tokenization project and awarding them with tokens to enhance their portfolios, so on and so forth. So that's what we're really doing as far as staking and rewards. We're rewarding our own users. At the moment, there's a competition that's on. If you go and buy Evolve tokens from our website, not only do you get a 20% bonus on your purchase, but you go into a draw to win $250,000 worth of Evolve tokens. So that constitutes, the staking and rewards pool, and that's where that sort of stuff comes from, to enable that sort of stuff to do. When I say buy, you can buy on the website. You can buy using the link which I've already passed on to Lamination, sorry. And whichever way you buy the tokens, you go into the draw for this $250,000 prize, which is amazing. And I think it's great that we're giving the opportunity to someone to potentially change their lives with $250,000 worth of tokens. So that's the tokenomics of it. Is that tokenomics sufficient? I think it is. At the end of the day, there's we won't be changing that, but at the end of the day, I think that that's sufficient for what we're doing moving forward, and I think that it's actually quite fair. I can't express it more than enough to remember that the 15% which is allocated to team and advisors is locked and cannot be sold for 24 months or 2 years. And I think that just goes to show our commitment to the project, the transparency and security that we're trying to provide our users.
Yeah, bro, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for really taking time to talk about the project, to see the informations. So finally, before we end the question section, why will you encourage my audience to be part of the project, to buy the token, to be holders in the project? Why will you encourage that?
Look, I think at the end of the day, the reason why I'd be saying to your community to buy the tokens are you're buying them at 5 cents on the pre-sale. Okay, so if you go over and buy them now, you're paying 5 cents. You're paying 5 cents, but you're getting a 20% bonus. So, if you bought for every $100 you're buying, you're getting an extra $20 worth of tokens for free. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is we know that on the launch of an exchange in 14 days, those tokens are going to be worth more than 5 cents. Okay, we can't tell you how much they're going to be because we don't know. But what I can say to you is that, based on the fact that we have $300 million worth of institutional funds already raised for this platform, there's going to be an increase in value, and that's only just common sense. The other reason why I would say that to your community to buy these tokens is that I've been in this space now for 10 years, and I've never, and I'm a very big investor in this space in a variety of different projects. Excuse me. And I've never seen a project that's come on the market where the founder has worked so hard, the founder has not put out the amount of truth that we've put out. But more importantly is that the project is common sense. Okay, so we haven't looked for anything that's clever or creative or out of this world or anything like that. What we've created is something that's very common sense. Real estate is a very good investment. Any real world asset is a good investment. Lending money in a lending pool is a very good investment. And trading, if it's traded by the right trader, is a very good investment. Okay, so that's all we're doing here, is we're bringing the opportunity for you to diversify in secure real world investments, real asset. Okay, this isn't the Trump coin where you're investing on smoke and mirrors and pink unicorns. This is a real investment that will allow you to diversify your income regardless of what money you have. Whether you have $100 or $100 million, you can invest the same way. Okay, and that's what we're bringing here. So I think your users or your members should buy the token because it's a very safe and secure platform to invest in.
Perfect. Great explanation. Sets very good explanation. So are you okay if we can take one community question or two?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go.
Yeah, Jerry Wright too. He has been unmuted to speak. Jerry, you have a question for Seth?
Hey Seth, good day. Hey Seth, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, man. This is Jerry Rice. Oh, here we go. Go on.
Yeah. Good day,
Yeah.
day. So, I kind of had a concern about the project, when it comes to token distribution. So I was wondering, in terms of how you guys are managing this token distribution, system, I mean, how would you ensure that the token itself gains value and gains, let's say, in a way that people do not find the token easily accessible, and in essence, you create more wants of more scarcity for this token? I mean, how do you ensure that you keep the token value high by creating scarcity in the token? Because you're speaking about distributing tokens to those who would be buying some bags. You give them some token rewards. Why not rather do it in a stable reward rather than making the token more of accessible to people?
The whole question of scarcity and the whole question of pure economics, not crypto economics or tokenomics or whichever way you want to call it, has nothing to do with how you distribute a token. Okay, so scarcity in a project can be created by deflationary methods in order to burn tokens to create scarcity, or by basically rewarding long-term token holders. Now, I'll tell you why scarcity is going to occur in this project without any effort whatsoever. The 300 million institutional funders that we have can't sell their tokens for 2 years. Okay, so if an institution comes into this platform, they pay to come here. They don't come here for free. They invest money, and their tokens are held. They can't sell them. So we create scarcity by deflationary methods. Okay, now if you look at common economics or real world economics, the less supply, the more demand creates an increase in price. Okay, so when you're saying about giving away tokens for rewards and all that, that's minor. I mean, that doesn't even. I mean, it represents 10% of your total of your total holding, which is really irrelevant. Okay, so when you talk about scarcity is the deflationary method that we wish to apply, which will be the holding of tokens by the larger token holders. They will create scarcity of their own sense. Okay, because if those tokens cannot be sold for a long period of time, which is 2 years, then the scarcity will come naturally and organically. Okay, but one thing you missed, which I've already spoken about through this thing, through this AMA, is that at the end of the day, when people come into this system, we want them to use this system as an investment method. Okay, we don't want people to buy tokens and not use the platform. Okay, so if you want to buy tokens and not use the platform, go and buy the Trump coin or the pink unicorn coin or whatever you want to do. What we're trying to do here is provide a platform where people can come and actually utilize it. And the more people that utilize it, that means that there's less tokens in circulation. okay, which that is a self-creation mechanism for scarcity. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely it does. Great one, it does. Thank you for that. I just wanted to understand how the token distribution works. Yeah, and you did answer that. Thank you. But then,
No problem.
sorry, brother. I've been following up the project for a while. I know I did mess up a bit, but I would really appreciate if you could unblock me possibly. But yeah, because I've got more questions, more related stuff like that to say. Thank
Yep,
you.
no problem. Thank you.
Hey, Jerry, thanks for that. Thanks, Jerry, for that. Hey, man, your brother, Javier.
Hello, Jay.
Whoever's talking is very, very low.
Javier, can you hear us?
Yeah, now. Yep, perfect.
Your network. Cookie Trader, is Cookie Trader part of your project? Seth?
Can you repeat that question again, mate, please?
Is Cookie Trader part of your project?
No. Well, who are they?
So Javier, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you, but you asked a question about, is it Crooked Trader or Crooked Trader? Who are you asking about?
I know he was unmuted, so I was thinking maybe he joined from the speaker link. You understand? I'm not sure I was the one that muted him. You get? Yeah, but I muted Javier, but probably can't hear us, or maybe he hasn't having an internet connection.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, how you going?
Yeah, okay. So where I am is a little bit noisy, so I'll just try to. I'm actually on the road. I'll just try to keep my question really, really quick and easy. I just wanted to know if Evolve plan on evolving to other new DeFi services like lending or liquidity pools, or even plan to evolve for more cross-chain compatibilities with other blockchain network.
Well, as I've said throughout this AMA, we're already doing lending, and we're already doing tokenization, and we're already doing trading. In 2026, we'll be moving into an EMI basis where we'll be adding our own electronic money institution to the platform, which will allow people to do a wide range of banking products, such as transfers, payments, virtual debit cards, etc. But from the get-go, from the 20th of February when we go live, people will be able to trade and lend, be part of the lending pools into the open market. So I hope that answers your question. But that's been said from the start, that we are part of lending pools, and we are part of tokenization, and we are part of trading.
Yeah, it does answer my question. I actually still have more, but based on I'm still on the road and the whole noise. I'm just gonna like maybe log into the community, ask any questions I might have later on. But thank you
That's
very much.
fine.
Really
Not a problem. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, brother. Thanks. So I think we have to round it off here, Seth, and we've really had a very nice conversation. The community has really enjoyed your presentation. And before we really probably call it off, let me also bring up what you just sent me. That's the token that is now available for purchase with Stripe. Guys, you can now purchase Evolve token with Stripe. So yeah, so that's a very good news. I'm gonna drop the post for all of us to go through and see how we can be able to do that. So you got a final word for us?
No, that's fine, mate. Well, look, thank you very much for the opportunity. At the end of the day, like I said, we're here to support. Join our community. If you've got any questions, by all means, ask.
Hello,
Yeah.
hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Hello.
was talking about. I was talking about. I know what you just the post you just sent me. I was encouraging
Yes.
the investors that they can now buy Evolve token with Stripe, and that's a very good news for us. Yes, that's a very good news. I'm going to drop the post immediately after the AMA. So guys, check the post. See how you can buy Evolve token with Stripe. So that's it. So thank you, sir. Do you have a final word for us before you leave the AMA?
Not a worry. Thank you very much. And been a pleasure talking to you tonight and hopefully see you amongst the community.
Yeah, and I'm glad you came around. We'll continue to see how we're gonna work together to build the project, to take Evolve project to the moon. Yeah, you have our support. And also want to apologize for all you've experienced, coming in contact with so many scammers in this industry. We sincerely apologize for that. And we hope that we'll continue to work together with and be careful so that you do not fall to those idiots in the space. Yes, they are hungry dudes looking for money.
Well said.
So, yeah, but we still have the legit guys, like the guys that just came to ask questions. They are very legit and they are good guys. But thank you. So I'm going to end the recording and I'm going to send it over.